Hi there, my name is Packy Jones. This is my first ever YouTube video. I'm super excited. Sorry for the poor camera quality and the bad background, but I'm just making use of what I have currently in my dorm. And you gotta start from somewhere, so we started to start from here, and today I'm gonna be talking about my wellness habits and how I stay healthy as a college student. It's something that's super important to me and that I love to do. And I thought I'd love to talk about it. So just a little preview of what I will be talking about in this video is just what I do for working out and exercising, just how important food is to me and the quality of food that I try to eat, as well as the products that I use on a daily basis, things like lotion or body wash, stuff like that, the non-toxic products that I use, as well as just habits I could get better at, and as well as the importance of staying balanced, something that I love. So just to get into it, my workout routine, I am a big fan of working out like twice a week because I know that's what works for me. For other people, they love to work out 4, 5, 6 times a week. But for me personally, I'm just more on the 2 times a week kind of side. And I'm more on I love to work out about 30 minutes or so. And just from my past experience, lifting heavy weights is not good for my body. So I'm more on like lighter kettlebells, TRX, body weight kind of stuff. And that's what I genuinely love. So when I go to the gym, I'm enjoying it. Whereas when I was in high school and I'm lifting, or benching 175 pounds, I'm not, I wasn't enjoying it, and neither was my body. So over time, I really recognized to listen to my body more and do what I enjoy in the gym. Because if you work out 2, 3 times a week, you still can get gains with that. I think a common misconception is that if you don't work out more than like 4 times a week, oh, you're not gonna get big. It's all about consistency. And consistency is super important with everything. That's something that I've talked about before. But if you stay consistent working out 2, 3 times a week, then you will recognize a large difference in your body. And one of the biggest differences that I do is I work out twice a week, but I also, in my room, just jump down. I just do push-ups, I do sit-ups, or crunches, lunges, squats, all that stuff in the room. So it's not like I'm just going to the gym for an hour a week. No, I'm in my room, and I could do 20 to 30 of each of those a day. So that's also how I just try to maintain physical shape. So I also think that regardless of whatever age you are, strength training is super important. I don't care if you're like 15 or you're 75. If you still have muscle on you, then I think that's a super big point of longevity. And I want to live till I'm 110, so I'm going to try to keep working out and being as active as possible, or pretty darn active for the rest of my life. Another big thing for me for exercising is I love soccer. Soccer is my favorite sport. Just going outside juggling. I'm on an intramural soccer team in my college, so we play twice a week. So getting out, doing that stuff, as well as walking. Walking is something I enjoy, and if I can get out a few times a week and walk, I live in my dorm's next to the ocean, so getting a nice walk to the beach is always a fun thing to do. And biking, stationary bike. It'd be great if I had trails to bike around here, but a stationary bike is great. Just great for cardio, because I'm not a big runner at all, so my cardio really consists of walking and biking. That's what I enjoy, but if you enjoy running, go run. There's nothing against that. So those are the main things that I do in the gym, as well as my main points of exercise that I personally enjoy. But once again, do what you enjoy. So if you enjoy going to the gym 5 days a week, go to the gym 5 days a week. It's just all about balance and also not overworking yourself, because I think there's a point where you also have to know your body and also kind of know the science behind it, which I'm trying to do. is know what foods are good for me, and also like know when to stop on certain things. Like if I feel like my quad's tight, maybe it's not a good idea to go do like a whole another two sets of squats. Something simple as that. Just listen to your body and stopping when you need to. And I'll pivot now to food. Food is something that's incredibly important to me, and I think should be really important to a lot of people. Because I feel like nowadays in America, food is very unhealthy, especially living in college. The cafeteria is definitely not the healthiest place, so it's difficult to eat healthy. What I mean by healthy is I mean organic. I mean like grass-fed, grass-finished beef. You're not finding it at the dorm. Or sorry, at the cafeteria, which is unfortunate. But trying to make use of what's there, trying to eat whole foods. There is a station that's like called Simple Servings, so I go to there quite often to just. It's more simple food, even though it still uses like seed oils and stuff, which is unfortunate. But just trying to get vegetables and fruits, simple proteins in the diet, and doing that's important. But also, like I said, being balanced is super important too. So I know if I eat like 70 or 80% healthy, then I can indulge on the 20 or 30% that is not. So if that means getting ice cream, if that means getting pizza, something like that, it's when you indulge in necessarily things aren't the greatest that you don't feel bad doing it. So it's always important to stay healthy. And for me, I get stuff at Whole Foods and I bring it back to the dorm. So I'll cook in the dorm about 1 to 2 times a week for dinner or lunch. And that'll consist of typically like chicken. I'm big on organic chicken, like always. And all organic vegetables, rice, all that stuff. And for my main philosophy for that is really like, I would much rather pay the extra price, the extra couple dollars that it is for organic, than pay the price at the end of my life where I've eaten processed food my entire life and I'm paying that back in medical bills. So that's what's really important to me. And it'll be nice when I go back home for Thanksgiving and Christmas where I can actually eat a bit healthier and have more options. Where I'm limited in the dorm. That's it for the food section. Now, non-toxic products. This is kind of my bread and butter. This is what I love to talk about and know a good amount about since I've been learning about this stuff for about 2 years now. I learned stuff off Instagram, but also podcasts, like videos, a bunch of different things. Almost all the products that I use on a daily basis are non-toxic. Think of anything. Think of like everything to your toilet paper, to your body wash, to your hand soaps, to your lotions, floss, toothpaste, everything. And I think this is something I recognized early on is how toxic a lot of products are these days, which is really unfortunate because not enough people are educated about it. And one of my main missions about this, starting all of this stuff, is to educate people more on non-toxic products because they can be very harmful for you. And like I said, not enough college students know about this stuff, or just a lot of people in general. So it's like things like toothpaste. Toothpaste has fluoride. A lot of toothpaste have fluoride in it. Fluoride is not good for your body. And eliminating that stuff out is super important. And small swaps over time make a huge difference. That's something that I have consistently said. Like, once you finish with your toothpaste, get the non-toxic toothpaste. I'm not saying like, oh, go out and get like $400 worth of non-toxic products. No, that's not a very good approach to this stuff. But small swaps over time are huge. Whether that be laundry detergent or clothes. Clothes can be toxic to you, which I didn't know, or I didn't really buy into that philosophy for the longest time. The polyester, the elastane, that stuff can be quite harmful to your skin, to your reproductive areas, stuff like that. So once I recognized this and I truly kind of looked into it more and recognized, oh shoot, this actually isn't the greatest for me, then I started switching a little bit. I still have a lot of products that have polyester and stuff like that in it, but it's just important to just switch over time. Like, I've been doing it for about 6 months now, and it's been a huge change. Like, switching to organic cotton, switching to like linen, things like that, healthier materials for the body, healthy materials for the skin, is something of importance to me. Like, when I say all these things, I'm not trying to like convince everybody to like switch to my mindset. No, I'm just trying to do this to educate people and just see a different perspective. I think a lot of people these days see like the non-toxic creators and the food creators that are like fearmonger and talk about how horrible certain foods are, or how horrible certain products are for you, and then people kind of get a bad rap for all that stuff, and they really don't want to listen because they get offended because they don't know the lifestyle they're living can be toxic to them, and people call them out on it in a not nice way, and they're probably more reluctant to change than anything. So I prefer the gentler route of educating, but also being nice and saying, hey, here are a few things you can change, and you don't have to change it all at once. So non-toxic products for me are one of the biggest things. I would recommend food is definitely the most important. If you can get a clean, good diet of whole foods, organic, natural, grass-fed, grass-finished, all that kind of stuff, that's more important than non-toxic products because the food's super important. But if you can change your non-toxic products over time, or change to non-toxic products over time, I think people will see considerable difference. And if I give one last recommendation for like the food and non-toxic products thing, I would say to always flip to the back of whatever you're looking at, whether it be food or whether it be like lotion. Flipping to the back is huge. Looking at the ingredients, researching the ingredients. Something as simple as literally just taking a picture and putting it to ChatGPT and saying, are these ingredients non-toxic? Are these safe for me? And over time, I think people, if you do this, will understand what is healthy, what is not healthy. Like, try to eliminate the gums, the seed oils, the unnecessary like flavors and colorings. I think it's huge to replace all that stuff with just much healthier stuff. And I think it's also cheaper, too. I don't know if a lot of people know that. If you can buy simple whole foods, it may actually be cheaper than buying all the processed stuff from McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or anything in the grocery store, too. That's my last piece of advice for that kind of stuff. And kind of just going into things that I could get better at. Just kind of being a little bit vulnerable here, but also trying to just kind of build trust with the audience. I could definitely get better at getting off my darn phone. My phone is like the bane of my existence. It's like a love-hate relationship, man. Being on my phone sometimes can be fun. It can be productive. It can be good. I'm learning Italian right now in Duolingo. It's fun. I enjoy it. That's being productive on my phone. But there's a line. When you start doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram for like an hour, I don't feel better after doing that. Also, like, setting like time limits on my phone just doesn't really help that much. I've tried the whole lot of setting time limits, setting my phone to like black and white mode, setting it to like a blue light mode. None of it works. But what I have been reading with Atomic Habits, a book by James Clear, is that you need to, I may mess this up, but it's like you gotta change the individual. Like, it's kind of hard to describe, but you have to look at it from a different perspective of like, I'm just gonna change this thing. You gotta be like, I'm striving to be the type of person to not be on my phone. I'm striving to be the type of person to be into reading. So once you try to get to different hobbies, I think that is huge. For me, I started reading. I've started doing content creation like this, and it has definitely helped get me off my phone more, but also it's helped me like open up a different world of like things that I enjoy. So I enjoy this kind of stuff. I enjoy reading a little bit. I enjoy creating content. I think it's fun, man. And I've gained a lot of followers. I've gained a lot of views. I mean, over 10,000 views in 30 days, which is like insane on TikTok and Instagram. I'm super blessed. And I'm really, like I said, really enjoying it. It's super fun. And I encourage everyone to like create a personal brand, a personal account where other people can follow them. Because you can create your own community of people like you. And plus, hey, you can make some money with it too, like with UGC and other stuff like that. As well as I feel like I could be reading even more, like getting off my phone more and reading more. I think reading is awesome. It helps with the brain, I know. And just getting off your phone is important. Just find anything else to get off your phone. That's one piece of advice I can give from someone who's addicted to their phone. Find fun habits. Dude, shoot, it could be coloring or drawing or writing, anything, just to get you less addicted. And I think over time, if you can get off your phone more, then I think you'll recognize you'll be happier, which I have. Like if I have a day where I'm on my phone less, I'm most likely a happier human being. Or if I know like I'm about to start homework and I don't go on my phone after I finish the homework, I go, oh wow, I feel better after I didn't go on my phone. So there's just words of advice from me, and that'll be about it for the video. I'm super excited after recording this. I think it's super fun. I love doing this stuff. And if you made it through the whole video, thank you so much for watching. I don't know how many views this is gonna get. Probably not many, but it's all about building a bit more of a following each and every day, and just get 1% better. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, and God bless.